guys, it's Joanne here again, back here with part 2 of my planner and organization, and I'm going to try to find a way to link part 1 in this video, maybe right here, so you can just click on that if you missed the first part where I tell you the brand and the overview of how you can get a similar one to mine, which I think is pretty much an exact replica for less. And in the second part of the video, I wanted to share with you the construction of how I put it together and one of the perks of using this kind of planner. And that's because of the versatility of taking a page and moving it to another section. So I showed you some of the products I got from Staples that would help me to better organize my system, and like any organizational anything that you do to reorganize your life is going to have to be constant. You're tweaking it, your life changes, and one of the things that I've learned is that if something is not working for me in my current setup, then it needs modification. So basically, it was an overhaul of my old planner to kind of work with me in a better way with my new planner. Same planner, same system, but I just thought it needed a little bit of tweaking to make it more useful for me. So I am going to show you the clip of how I put it all together. I basically have 5 tabs in here, and I renamed them, a couple of them. Some of them are still the same. I took out calendar pages that were, I don't keep calendar pages in here like from January to May. I took those out, and I take them out if the year has passed. And then I'll add in, I added in the bulk of the rest of the year, where I was just putting in a couple of months at a time. So I didn't feel like I needed the whole year, but since I have space and room, I decided to go ahead and do that. In addition, I did show you the hole punch in the last video, and I added the monthly fold out calendar. So this is kind of month at a glance. Then the system called for the standard pages that they have is kind of a week at a glance. And then I added these 2 sort of post-it notes on the top with year and monthly, so I can easily flip to the year at a glance here. Whoops, is it even in the right place? Yeah, so this is each month, like January, February, on the page, so I can just kind of highlight things that are going on in the month. So very useful. And also what I like about this system, here's the annual page, which has all the months of the year and the dates. But the bottom corner here, let me focus it for you. This bottom corner has a little tear out for the calendar. So you can tear off the corner of the months or days or weeks that have already passed and easily flip to the current page. So I love that aspect of the calendar, because then you don't need a little tag or a notebook, what do you call them, bookmark? Yeah, so I like that. And then I just kind of separated the tabs into different sections and added different kinds of paper to suit my needs. So check out the clip.
I started by laying out all my supplies on my kitchen counter. I began with the back cover and inserted all of the rings into the spine. I'll be assembling the notebook from the back to the front. I've assembled the contents into 5 sections, each one having its own tab divider, and using my label maker, I've added a label to the tab. As I said before, I disassembled my old system and repurposed some of the contents, and then added some new pages to make it more useful. You can see how I easily take multiple pages at a time and pop them onto the rings. And now as the tab divider gets put into place, this section is complete. I labeled it Genie, which is short for my genealogy notes. Now I pick up the next section and repeat the process. You can see in this section I have a smaller note card, and I just place it on the spine where I want it. I labeled this section Lists. It includes my wish list, books I want to read, ideas for videos that I have, errands I need to run, just anything that would be in list form. The next section is important. It's called Notes. Now I write down anything in note form. If I talk to someone on the phone and I need to write down information, it goes here. If I get a voicemail, I write down the information here under the Notes tab. If I need to remind myself to call someone or send something out, it goes here. I labeled the next section Goals, but that's a very broad word for what I keep in here. This could be anything from maintenance on the house, projects, anything that's kind of grand scale that needs to be broken down into smaller tasks. And finally, I have the calendar section, which is the biggest, most important, and that's why it's in the front. And here it is, minus the cover, with all the sections in place and the post-it notes on the top. That way I can easily navigate to any section. Now I'm going to start adding some extra blank paper and task pads. The task pad is handy because it has its own tab on the top. Next, I'm taking these handy Polly Pockets to put in smaller notes that I've written elsewhere and inserting them into the spine wherever I want. For example, this note is measurements to my kitchen drawers, which I'll need the next time I go to the Container Store to get the dividers for the drawers. I'll stick this behind my list of things that I want from the Container Store under the List tab. And finally, I'll add these handy sticky flags, which I think I'm going to love. It's definitely helpful when I need to remind myself of an action or just to set a reminder. The last thing to go on is the cover. And there you have it, my completed agenda. But wait, what happens when I have something that I want to move to a different section? This is the greatest feature of this agenda. I intentionally took that full page calendar that I printed out on my computer and put it in the wrong section. Here it is, the full 8.5 by 11 sheet, which I punched on one side. I didn't fold it in half, but I punched it and then folded it just to the cutout of the punch. That way I can open up the book anywhere and move this and reposition it to any place that I want. Now it's behind the calendar section. It's the first page in the book. I'm also going to take one of those tabbed column pages, which I love so much, tear one out, and just simply add it to a different section. How easy is that? Now it's completely done, unless I decide to change it again. For now, it's good to go.
So that was it, the overview of the planner. I hope that I've inspired you at least to rethink the way you organize your planner. Keep a section for goals, lists, calendar, whatever you've got going on in your life. As you saw, I had a special section just for genealogy because that's one of my major hobbies. So if I come up with ideas or content that I want to write a video about or whatever comes to mind, this is my go-to book. I don't try not to jot down notes that I'm going to put elsewhere. I keep everything here, and it's all about the retrieval. Whenever I want to utilize what I've written down or go over some goal planning and write out tasks that need to be done to reach those goals, it's all in one place. So it's very helpful. And in closing, I just wanted to say happy Memorial Day. I know it's belated, but happy Memorial Day. And I genuinely hold a place in my heart for all of the men and women who have served the country or are serving currently. Especially my heart goes out to the families who are left behind and separated from the ones serving. I have experience. My first husband served in Operation Desert Shield and Operation Desert Storm and was gone for 11 months. So my heart goes out to you. I'm very patriotic. I love all of the armed forces, and you guys have such character, and I'm humbled by the service that you give and the sacrifices that you make. Oh, I spent my Memorial Day weekend being very lazy, actually. I did film a few clips for some future videos, but I was alone at home most of the time. My husband was volunteering at a park that I'll be talking about in future videos, where he's very active, and I decided not to go. I enjoyed my time alone. I don't know, maybe it's just something about my age, because I know when I was younger, it was all about, oh, it's the weekend, where can we go? It's a holiday, let's get out of the house. And now I'm like, oh, good, I get to be home. I don't have to go anywhere. So things are kind of changing. My mindset's changing. I like being at home, and I like being alone at times. I'm looking at my notes here. Oh, thank you for the comments and the new subscribers. Like I said, I do read every single comment, and I try to reply to each of them. If you just write nice video, there's not much that I can say except thank you. So I don't really respond to those. But if you had a particular thing that you made a remark about within the video, then I'll definitely engage with you, because that's the whole reason why I'm doing this, is just to connect with you guys. So thanks for the comments. Leave comments on this video too, or I think you can send me an email through YouTube on my channel, so I'll reply to you either way. And oh, by the way, some of you had left comments about Hazel the cat. I told you about my brother cat. Well, I was cat sitting while my parents were out of town. They are now back from Hilton Head, and I had to deliver my my furry friend back to my parents. So he will be missed, and I know you guys enjoyed seeing his tail, but he won't be in videos anymore unless they go out of town or on vacation again. So that's a wrap. That's all I have for you now. I've got more editing to do and some more videos on the way, so keep watching. See you later.